Hello, classmates. As many of you know, my name is Tyler Hampton, and I come to you with a heavy heart today to bid you farewell to both you and this course. I wanted to start today sharing with some of my emotions I experienced before the course so that we can reflect at the end of how I feel now. To start, I felt a little nervous. I had some fears, and honestly, a bit annoyed about the requirement to take the course. I learned a lot of things, though, from this course and participated in it together with you. Public speaking at IU East was entertaining, a bit sometimes nervous experience that I have not learned as much as I did without the feedback and shared experiences from you all. I wanted to connect with you one last time about the topics we learned about, the experiences we shared, and the friends that we made along the way. On that note, first, I want to recall some things from the topics that we learned about during this course and how they changed my perception of public speaking. Personally, I know we all read that textbook as vigorously as if it was a religious text, right? No, that was just me. Well, happens to the best of us. Ultimately, the two things that I think I learned the most during this course was that preparation is a requirement, and how you look and sound can have a tremendous impact and change the audience perception of your topic. I always used to think that a PowerPoint was simply preparation, right? But I learned that planned transitions are essential because they provide an audience with amazing guide points. And also, I used to think persuasion felt like it should come from the heart, but I learned that it needs to be meticulously planned. Coming to how you look and sound, I kind of learned over the course that seeing that public speaking is a conversation and has equal participation from both the speaker and the audience, if the speaker comes off as nervous, it will certainly make the audience pull back and be less engaged. Honestly, now I think about it like being on a date, which granted I haven't had besides my wife for quite some time, so I might not be best in practice. But when I think about a date and I think about public speaking, I think that if you're clearly nervous, the person that you're going to leave with is likely going to be nervous too. And none of you want that. You just came there for a good time and get to know a new person, right? So there's no reason to be nervous. There's no reason to try to show that. Ultimately, it's going to be okay. Now, I learned a lot during the course, but I think more than just from the book, I truly learned the most from the shared experiences. Those included things like writing outlines. Did you guys find it as difficult as I did to imagine how you might say the things in your outline, or submit what you thought was a perfect outline and by the end of the speech realize that you had torn it apart? And then coming to another point, watching you guys' speeches and giving you feedback, that was an eye-opening experience to see the elements that you were all succeeded in so much. It was equally exciting to find places where I thought you could grow. It felt like we were building a camaraderie of success together. Seeing the thought and effort you all put into analyzing me made me want to work harder and see your feedback come to life. It was in some of those moments in struggling through outlines, recording speeches, that I thought the most about where I could improve. But then upon seeing on your feedback, I learned the most about how we could all work together and ultimately become partners in each other's success. Some may even go as far as to say friends. And that's the last point I want to talk about today, is the friends that we made during the course. I want to thank each of you that reviewed my speeches. I read every single one of them from the first to the end. Ruquaya, Quasum, Ellie, Zachary, Abby, Lael, Jillian, Timothy, and our professor, as well as anyone listening to this right now, you all inspired me to improve. In particular, I want to especially shout out a couple of people that I really enjoyed working with. Ruquaya and Quasum, you both grew so much in confidence during the course. The fact that you're so young and so successful at a high level is very inspiring. Emmy, I immensely enjoyed your speech on chopstick etiquette in Japan. I will forever have an immensely respectful view of something I used to think was just a common utensil. And in fact, I certainly won't be rubbing them together anymore. Lyle, your speech on hidden sugars hit me at a very particular time, and it was so much needed. After I listened to your speech, I quickly got upstairs, went into my fridge, and threw away the ranch dressing that I'd been using as an emotional crutch all week. Ultimately, you all impacted me in your own unique way, and that made all the difference in my experience in this course. And this is where the end comes, the hardest part, where I have to say goodbye to you all. This class, while challenging and nerve-wracking at times, was truly one of the most rewarding experiences I've had during my time at IU East. I reflect able to say that I learned a lot, experienced even more, and made a great set of friends along the way. Ultimately, I want to leave you with a quote from one of my favorite novels, Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. Life is made up of many partings welded together. While this is goodbye, it will, and you certainly will, always make up a part of my life and future experiences. So with that, I say thank you and goodbye.